Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop.
Without realizing it, I got out of sequence. I showed you threading these linkages, but I never showed you forming the loop. So, this is just a quick rundown of the loop forming and a little bit of making the treadle. Now we got a loop. Not a perfect loop, but it's still going to be opened up and slipped over the crank, so this is going to get twisted all over the place. But I got a good start on it. There. Two linkages. Now I have to thread the end of this one and thread this one down further, because I made this too long, thinking that I'd be better off threading it a little further and cutting off some if I needed to. They're both the same. They're mated up at the top. And we'll go up about an inch, and then an inch further on this one. We'll see what happens. After I bent up my first one, I made a trial run. I made a drawing and put actual dimensions on it, so I'm pretty sure that these are going to work. So now I got something to go by. Using this as a mandrel, I need a 5/8 center on these, and this is 5/8, so that's pretty close. But as a mandrel, this really sucks because it's soft. I was actually wrinkling the tube. It's just a piece of pipe. So if I was to be making a bunch of these, I would make an actual bending mandrel with a 5/8 pin and then another stout pin set next to it, and make up a set of bending forks so that I can bend this around without having to do all the fighting and fussing. It's nice having the option to recycle things. This is an old for sale sign frame that was here at the house when we moved in. Evidently they had it for sale many times because this didn't have a sign in it for the current sales company. It had the previous company's name on it. So they got stuck in the shed, and now years later I'm going to turn it into a treadle grinder. thanks to this little saw, that's going to be a pretty easy project. Yep. That goes back in the scrap pile for the next time I need a piece of steel. And this goes over into the vise to get turned into a piece of angle iron that'll hold the shape that I want it to. Having two grinders means I can leave one set up with a grinding wheel and one set up with a cutoff. I like using the small cutoffs. One reason, I go through a lot of blades, and the little ones are less expensive. And on top of that, this big monster is nice for a grinder, But trying to do something delicate with it, not quite so easy. And there. Now we have what will pass for a straight piece of angle iron that I can cut another treadle out of. Pretty cool.
If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the US or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.